Hi, I'm Dr. Brett Watwood, your instructor for EDU6333. At a time of global pandemic and societal unrest, social media has taken on new importance as a means of communication and dialogue. But what does social media in education mean? I would submit that social media has now moved beyond what it meant even a year ago. This is social media and beyond. What does the beyond mean to you? We'll take a look at the course and see. I'm speaking to you from my home in Central Virginia. The t-shirt is one of my favorite smooth jazz bands, Hiroshima. Their music is a fusion of jazz, Japanese instruments, and California influences. In many ways, social media is always a mix of influences as well. My hope is that you'll critically explore social media with me, neither a fan nor a foe, but rather an impartial researcher looking to enhance learning. So, welcome to EDU6333. As I said, I am Brett Watwood, your instructor. I am also at bwatwood on Twitter. I have an email address. I blog. I have a LinkedIn account. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and a host of other social sites. In other words, I have a digital identity, just like you do. And it is this interplay between our social identities and education that we'll explore over the next 12 weeks. So let me run through a bit of course overview for you. Social media has certainly been in the headlines the past year. During this course this fall, our national election will take place, and social media is going to play a part. Social media is getting the word out about how to protect ourselves during this pandemic and spreading rumors that are false. What do we say to our students? Do we ignore social media or leverage it for learning? This course is an opportunity to experiment with the social side of the web, explore its ethical and not so ethical uses, and determine for yourself whether social media fits your organization and your own professional needs. I've been an advocate for its use, but it is important to understand both the affordances and the darker challenges that social media provide. We're going to do this collaboratively, using social media as part of the dialogue for this course. We'll be looking forward, but we'll also look back to see if technological transitions of the past might inform our future with digital technology. After all, the coming of the personal computer, and even the coming of chalk blackboards, required shifts in teaching practices. We will look at recent research and explore what it says about integrating technology in the learning experience. We'll explore whether the participatory web, or what some call Web 2.0, can enhance motivation and cognition. And we'll do this in the backdrop of COVID-19 and George Floyd. There are 2 required books in this course. Education and Social Media is a 2016 book edited by Christine Greenhow, Julia Sondervan, and Colin Auger. We supplement this book with this 2019 book on digital citizenship by Carrie Rogers Whitehead, which moves us into more of a digital literacy perspective. I am also suggesting 2 optional books, Siva Vahanathan's 2018 Anti-Social Media, which as its tagline implies, looks at how social media, and Facebook in particular, move through algorithms and practice to disconnect us rather than connect us, and in the process undermine democracy. This book provides a nice balance to the optimistic view of the use of social media in education. And while a little dated, Paul Anderson's 2012 book, Web 2.0 and Beyond, is in some ways now a history book, and I feel that the background he provides is good grounding for any educator. These are both optional, but I will allude to both as the term progresses. As I mentioned earlier, these are indeed interesting times. 2 years ago, a firestorm erupted over Facebook and Cambridge Analytica's mining of personal data. Because of a loophole in the terms of agreement, signing up for Facebook not only meant that you gave the company the right to look at your data, and by data they included all phone calls and text messages, but you gave it permission to mine that same data from all your friends. So Cambridge Analytica was able to leverage the data of 250,000 Facebook accounts into the data of some 50 million people and use that data for targeted political ads. Our American president has made Twitter his default means of communication, from informing people when they had fired them to demeaning political foes. One could suggest that President Trump's use of Twitter is a case study in and of itself. This makes our course both extremely relevant and a constantly shifting target. Your job is to be open to using social media, but still skeptical as to its efficacy. I will try each week to provide both pros and cons, and I hope you will as well through Twitter. We'll be exploring this together. This is a fast 12 weeks. We will start with defining social media, while at the same time using it through Twitter. In the second week, we'll build out a concept of a personal learning network through social media. Then, over the course of the coming 9 weeks, we will shift back and forth between theoretical concepts and practical tools and platforms. Most of our coursework will take place in Canvas, and if you've not used Canvas before, I think you will find it better than Blackboard. We will also use Twitter weekly. Notice that I've scratched out Facebook. I used to also have this class conduct some discussions in a closed Facebook group, but given the data mining issues that have surfaced, I do not think it was morally right for me to require students to have a Facebook account, even though many of you probably do. So I dropped that requirement for this class. I still think that LinkedIn is a good option for professionals, so we'll use it to connect, but not for actual coursework. In the Canvas menu of our course, you'll find a tab for modules. The very first one is Start Here. Notice it has information on the course flow, the syllabus, and importantly, information on the pre-course setup. The pre-course setup provides information on setting up a dummy email account, if you desire, setting up a Twitter account, using TweetDeck or Hootsuite, 2 platforms that make managing Twitter easier, and pick one, not both, and a survey to help me get to know each of you better. Those of you who have had me before will recognize this. I use a process for online teaching called PIA, for preparations, interactions, and assessment, something I picked up from practices at St. Leo University in Florida. Each week, you will see the weekly module set up in this format I'm showing for week 1. Preparation lays out an overview for the week and provides a very detailed task list with due dates. Interactions is where you interact with content, each other, and me. And assessment provides information on how you're being graded, as well as what comes next. As with most Northeastern online courses, there's a weekly flow to this course. Typically by Thursday, you will have tweeted something in response to prompts I will give you. By Friday, you will have authored your weekly post in the discussion forum, and note that in Canvas, the forum is built right into the weekly module. Between Friday and Sunday, you will continue engaging with your classmates in both Twitter and Canvas, commenting on their posts and comments. You will note that weekly participation makes up 25% of your grade, and half of that comes from commenting. If you wait until late on Sunday to comment to others, you're not giving them time to respond back, and you're not giving me time to respond. And your grade's going to suffer accordingly. The other signature assignments are noted here. I've designated the infographic, your poll analysis, your social media plan, and your legal case analysis as signature assignments. And these you will load into your ePortfolio by the end of the course. So that provides an overview of the course. The young lady in this picture is one of my granddaughters, back when she was 2. She's now 12, owns her own iPad, just got her first iPhone, loves emojis, texts me weekly, and will soon enter the world of social media. So I take this course personally. This is the world in which my grandkids are growing up. I hope this course is as meaningful to you. The old saying that you get out of it what you put into it certainly applies to social media. I look forward to learning with you.